This is me.
Just kidding, this is me. Hello, my name is Amanda and welcome to my channel, Always Popular, where I will be talking about pop culture, music, film, drama, and fan videos. Hello and welcome back to my channel, Always Popular. I'm Amanda, your host, and let's get into this week's episode. This year has been full of celebrity deaths, and many of the people who have passed away have been big names and memorable faces to multiple of thousands of people and fans for many years. Just recently, we just lost one of the most memorable faces and talents that millennials have grown up with for years, Matthew Perry. Matthew Perry skyrocketed to fame when he got casted on an all-star cast playing Chandler Bing on NBC's classic TV show Friends. So today we are celebrating another tribute to a trailblazer, lovable Matthew Perry. Matthew Perry was an American and Canadian actor best known for playing the sarcastic yet lovable Chandler on NBC's Friends, and of course he was more than just that. Apparently the one thing Matthew wanted to be remembered for was helping others to get sober. So what did Matt really struggle with? What really happened behind closed doors? The 54-year-old actor was found in his hot tub at home on Saturday, October 28th. He was unresponsive and apparently couldn't be saved. According to paramedics, he was pronounced dead before they could do CPR. Unfortunately, he was found by his assistant in his home. Some people believe it was drug-related, however, some say it wasn't. So what really caused his death? There is no official answer for the cause of his mysterious and weird death or what his autopsy really says. Anyway, let's celebrate the real reasons why Matthew was so loved. What really made Matthew special was his love and personality. Just like any other person on the main cast of the show, he was not only loved for who he played, he was loved for his personality outside of work. He was lovable, relatable, sarcastic, and down to earth, very similar to his character on the show. Honestly, I can tell you I have never heard not one bad thing about Matt. From the period of time he became successful in Friends, 17 Again, Growing Pains, and 90210, and even more projects that he had to his name. From a fan point of view, I've always heard good things about him and nothing more. Even if he did struggle behind closed doors, just like anyone else who dealt with fame, I've never heard of anyone say anything negative about him or the words, "I don't like Matthew Perry." That's how well liked he was, and the fact that he had a successful career for over 20 years is impressive to say the least. He never seemed to go off the rails and have a bad story about him. Just like any other person on the main cast, I've never heard anyone say anything bad about any of them on the show or even outside in the real world. Just saying. They really did have an all-star ensemble cast. Since the premiere of Friends in September of '94, he became a loved person, and maybe that's why people loved his character so much. Matt brought many different layers to that character, and why the legacy of his character is still so well loved 20 years later. But think about this for 1 second. What if Matthew didn't get casted as Chandler? The show would have had a different feel and vibe to it. Matthew was reportedly an actor under a Fox contract and was called in by NBC to audition for the role of Chandler. The character was meant to be for him. It's also more than just talent to land a TV role. You could have a special presence, charm, or even special delivery to the script of the show. It seemed like he had all of that and more, even when the executives said they all had to be stars. And they definitely were, especially since the premiere. The show is more memorable and special than they thought it would be. The show is a cultural phenomenon and is a cult classic TV show of the 90s and one of the most successful TV shows of all time. Every person a part of the cast brought in a special way to entertain audiences, and Matthew did a great job. His acting added many layers to his character, Chandler. He brought passion, sarcasm, and wittiness to the character that made his character so memorable and loved, even if he wasn't the most sensitive, the strongest, or the smartest. The character didn't have to be because it was a part of his appeal. Another element that made his character special was the sarcastic jokes that were made during the series. Whether they are one-liners or not, he definitely was one of the funniest characters on the show. However, he was more than just that. Behind closed doors, unlike his character, he was battling alcohol, addiction, and mental health struggles. If one thing that Matt wanted to do was to be an inspiration to others to get better and sober. According to the HuffPost, they quoted, "For Perry, he made his desired legacy as a person who helped others get loud and clear. He wanted to be remembered as more than just a character on a TV show." He said personally the one thing he wanted to be remembered for was for one thing, and it was for helping others and not friends. He said that he wanted to be remembered more for what he did in real life rather than what was on his resume. Last year, Perry wrote a memoir titled Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. Apparently, he was doing well because he was attending AA meetings and had been sober for over a year. Back in 2013, apparently Matt turned his Malibu home into a sober living facility for men in which he called the Perry House. So he really did do a lot to help others and reach out to help people on their journeys to get sober. Seems like he had a heart of gold that didn't last long. As of right now, we still don't know for sure of what took Matt that Saturday night. However, it could have been an accidental drowning. So rest in peace, Matt. You'll surely be missed. Thanks for the laughs and the memories. Once again, thanks for listening and watching, and you'll hear me in the next episode.